Hello everybody, my name is Zach, aka The Weather Gamer, bringing you APM season recap for your Chicago Charizards. You're probably thinking, Zach, where's week 9? I forfeited week 9. So I played Thriller week 8, then I played Remaxio week 7. I played them in reverse. Actually, I just played Thriller early, is what I did. But, after the loss to Remaxio, I just can't take it anymore. I am 1-5, minus 11, just beaten down. And honestly, I'm a little burnt out with draft league because of just like the non-stop grind. I'm burnt out in general. By the time this video goes up, I might not be as burnt out, I might be feeling better, but at the time of playing and recording, because I'm several weeks ahead on playing, because of how I came into APM, so, I just at the time was just not in the mood for it. Still am not, because of time of recording type thing. So, I decided to just forfeit the last match. I had no way getting into playoffs. There was no way my win-loss record was going to get any better other than like being 2-5 over 1-6. Differential wasn't going to get much better, so I just said enough for my own mental health and sanity. I am dropping out. Well, I'm not dropping out, I'm just going to forfeit the last week. That's fine. So that's exactly what I did. Forfeited the last week. Appreciate Jed for being so understanding about that. He did invite me back for next season. So if I choose to come back, that invitation's open. So the team we rocked out with, which went through so many different changes, Garchomp, Megalopunny, Mamo, Suicune, Arcanine, Metagross, Honchkrow, Rabombi, Zebstrika, Cofagrigus, and Arcanine was our final Z user. So you can see here we finished at 1-6, minus 14th. We actually finished 10th out of 10th. No way did I qualify for playoffs, and I really don't have a message to take from this league. Like, part of me just wants to write, don't take over for other teams. But it was a weird format. It was OU, UU, it wasn't tiered in a structure that I was used to, and maybe that's part of the problem is maybe I just need to go ladder and play in different tiers because I don't do that very often, and that might give me more experience for Mons and that, so I don't know. That's it, but my career record's now 46-75, negative 121 differential, so need to boost the differential, get that up, and the record will straighten itself out. As far as Mons go, with what little short time I had with them, I did not get a lot of kills and death, or a lot of kills, a lot of deaths, so it didn't really adjust the standings too much, but I'll go ahead and talk about the Mons and all that. Lopunny is still sitting here at 6th. It did not pick up a kill. I think it only came to one match and it died. So, Megalopunny is definitely one of those Mons that I want to use again. I just need to build a competent team around it because, again, going back to APA Season 1, I had a lot of fun with it, and I know that it can be a very, very good Mon. I've seen it used very, very well. And so I fully intend to try it again at some point. Because I'm not done with it yet. Like, there's still so much for me to do with it. And so, yeah, we'll bring it back. Rabombi, I don't remember if it moved or not, but it's sitting in 17th right now overall for kills. Don't remember what its stats were for this league. I threw that piece of paper away. So, but I do enjoy Rabombi. It is one of the better used fairy types for me. It's not as good as Mimikyu, obviously. Me and Mimikyu are just really, really good. But Ribombee is nice. It's got webs, it's got Quiver Dance set, you can run on specs, it has pivoting for U-turn, it can be a cleric with aromatherapy, it does have defog, so it could sneakily be a support mon if need be, like webs, defog. I know it doesn't make a lot of sense. Aromatherapy thing, it does have recovery and roost. It's Moonblast, it gets psychic, obviously. Has Bug Stab, I believe it gets Giga Drain / Energy Ball. Really, really nice. I can check. Basically everything but Steel types. And then Steel types you run a Hidden Power, depending on how bulky of a Steel type it is. Or you just chip the Steel type down, and then Ribombee can come in after one Quiver Dance and late game sweep. And it's really, really cool. I really do like Ribombee. When Sword and Shield initially came out, I said no thank you to Ribombee because of its design. I just didn't like the cutie fairy aspect of it. And come to learn, it's a very, very potent mon in Draft League, and I'm very, very glad to see that it made it into Sword and Shield, because that means if I do a league that is using only mons available in Sword and Shield, I can at least get Ribombee, which is very, very good fairy type for me. Plus, web support is very, very nice. And it's, I believe, base 124 speed stat, so it's a nice, fast, high-speed mon as well. Latios, so Latios, as I said talking to Jake, Latios is one of those dragons that I don't get. I don't understand. I'm generally pretty good, and I am recording this before WWC ends, so it is possible that things have changed quite a bit here, and like Kyurem Black is now, I know Kyurem Black's going to move into the top 10, but you look at the top 15, Chomp, Zard, Mence, Kyurem Black will switch in here, Hydreigon's up here. The top 15 are predominantly dragons. For some reason, I'm really, really good with dragon types. Except Latios. Latios I haven't quite figured out. One time I had it in League, it went 6 and 6. I went 0 and 2 in APM before I dropped it for Garchomp. Just trying to find a dragon that I could work with. It's nice with 110 speed, I don't know, I haven't figured it out. For some reason, Latios hasn't clicked the same way that Hydreigon or Kyurem Black or some of the other dragon types have for me. I don't know if I haven't figured the right sets to build, if I'm trying to get too creative with it, what the problem is, but Latios, I don't know. We'll figure it out eventually, I guess. But it's not on my list of dragons to use right now. Like, I want to get back to Hydreigon, I want to get back to X. I would love another shot with Kyurem Black, because that thing's a monster. I still haven't given up repeating with Mega Chomp and the magic that I had in the DSL, so. But Latios, I want to try Latios right now, too, before Latios. There's just a list of dragon types that I want to try, and right now Latios isn't on it. Kartana, I started the team with Kartana. It was on that very terrible week 3 team that I had that had no removal, was super weak to Zeraora, and just was not very good. I still don't like Kartana. I don't really care for the Ultra Beasts in general. Like, I've not found a single Ultra Beast that I've enjoyed. Circuitry was not good. Kartana in 2 weeks has not been very good to me. Nihilego has not been good to me. Celesteela was okay. But in general, I just don't care for the Ultra Beast. Buzzwole, I've used once and I didn't keep it very long, so I don't know. I know it can be a very good monster. It can be a nightmare with Swords Dance. It can be a nightmare as a choice band user. It can be choice Scarf. Has coverage out the wazoo, but it's just not a mon that I understand. So we'll see. Maybe I learn it by using it more, but I don't know. It's not like the steel or the grass type that I prefer or really care about. So, Mamoswine getting 4 kills and 5 deaths in essentially what amounted to 6 matches. I thought was pretty good. It's pretty standard build. Like, you usually run Earthquake, Ice Shard, or Earthquake, Icicle Crash are usually 2 moves you run, and then you either run Ice Shard, Knock Off, Stone Edge, Freeze Dry if you want to get cheeky on both your water types. I ran Life Orb, I ran Scarfed, I ran Bandit, I ran E-Belt, so it's a nice ground type, which I really, really like. It's a little slow, that's the biggest issue, but I do like Mamo. I'm glad that I finally got to use Mamoswine in a league, and I definitely want to use it again. Like, I want to put it on a proper team and draft it and use it, because ground types are something that I've always struggled with, which is why I generally lean towards fast electrics, as with like Lightning Rod or Motor Drive or Volt Absorb, to take out opposing electric types, because I just struggle finding ground types that I can reliably use. And Mamoswine, to me, with a little tweaking and a little more experience, I think could become one of those premier ground types, just like Crook and Drill for me, that I can use with a little more success. So definitely keeping an eye on Mamoswine for future reference. Honchkrow, the dirty bird himself. So this is the second time I've had Honchkrow. The first time I had Honchkrow was the DSL, where it was randomized sets. So how the DSL worked was we drafted our entire team, and then at the end of the draft, our team got swapped with somebody else. So I ended up with a team that was like mono fairy type, and made a whole bunch of transactions and picked up Honchkrow as one of them. And then we didn't get to pick our moves, we didn't get to pick our 6 that we bring each match. That was RNG'd. We got to pick our item, our ability, and our stats. And that was it. And so one of the infamous sets that I used to run on Honchkrow in the DSL was Super Luck. I either ran Scarf Moxie or I ran Super Luck King's Rock to crit flinch, or I ran Super Luck Scope Lens to double my crit chance. Didn't work out so well. I think Honchkrow only came to 2 games and it died both times. No, it came to more than that, because it only died twice in APM. It came to 4 games and died all 4 times. I never got a kill off with it, but this time I did. Honchkrow had one spectacular game under the Scope Lens Super Luck set. I managed to get 4 kills off of it. I know that's dirty, but it's really, really fun, and so I do want to use Honchkrow again. When? I don't know. I gotta find a team where I can slip it in as my flying and dark type. It is super, super slow. I need to remember that it does get Sucker Punch, because I forgot that it gets Sucker Punch, and I actually could have ended up getting, like, I probably could have swept with Honchkrow, to be perfectly honest, if I just remembered that it got Sucker Punch. So, definitely gonna try the Dirty Bird again, and I'm gonna try and see if I can get the Moxie set to work too. It's super, super slow, and its moveset is not the greatest, but it's definitely on my to try again list. Meloetta, turns out this is the second time I had Meloetta. I forgot I had Meloetta in DSL as well for 1 week. I've only used it in 2 matches and it's picked up 3 kills, so maybe I should give Meloetta a look again, because in just a small sample size it clicked with me, so I don't know. Maybe we give Meloetta a chance in the future. I don't really have much to say on it because I literally just threw a specs on it and 4 attacks and was like, I just want to get this match over with. And I don't remember it from the DSL, so we'll see. Meloetta, you and I may need to talk later. Garchomp is down low again. Every time I've drafted Garchomp, I haven't done well with it, which is really surprising considering I've done really well with Megachomp. And I haven't done really well with Megachomp in a while either. That was DSL was the last time I did really well with Megachomp. So I need to sit down and reevaluate what I'm doing with Garchomps, and actually like try to do decently with them because Garchomp is such a powerhouse. It's 102 speed, which is not bad. It beats the base 100s. Can run physical, can run special, does have a very, very nice move pool. Its stats are great because it's a pseudo. And so I just need to learn how to use Garchomp a little better. It was a Z Captain. I didn't see, when I switched Arcanine to the Z Captain, it was because I didn't see a good chance for Chomp to come Z. And Arcanine looked better as a Z Captain. So I was like, okay, I'll switch him. But, I mean, Garchomp is a Z Captain for a reason. There's Swords Dance, Z Sandstorm set, like, there's a lot that can be done. Garchomp is definitely on the list of dragons to come back to. I just need to figure out. Arcanine. Okay, this is a mon that I've been dying to try for a long time. Like a very, very long time. I have been dying to try Arcanine. It's just, I've drafted Magmortar a bunch, I drafted Chandelure a bunch, I drafted X, I drafted a whole bunch of other fire types over this thing, and so I never got to get my chance to try Arcanine. And I love it. It is a very good dog, very good doggo. Just need to work on learning it better because apparently there's a defensive Arcanine set. That's pretty good, and I don't know about it. This Thriller mentioned something to me about defensive Arcanine. Versace's mentioned something to me about defensive Arcanine. Savage has mentioned something to me about defensive Arcanine. And it's just like, what is this defensive Arcanine you speak of? I ran Scarfed Banded, Life Orb, and what was the other one? I think I did E-Belt, and I think I did one other set, potentially. I don't remember what it was, but 3 kills, 3 deaths on a fully offensive Arcanine, and it had some really, I've run mixed Arcanine, like it had some really cool tech. Obviously Wild Charge is great for hitting water types. Flare Blitz or Fire Blast on the special side. It gets Outrage, it gets Extreme Speed, it gets Dragon Pulse, which I almost used on Thriller's Haxorus, which would have been really, really cool. So, Arcanine is a very, very good dog, a very, very good fire type, with a wide variety of move pools that I will get back to. Again, similar to Dragons, I have a lot of fire types that I like. I love Magmortar, I'm loving Talonflame, I love using X. I want to learn how to use Chandelure better. Arcanine is really, really cool. And those are just the ones that I've gotten to draft. There are other fire types that I've never gotten to draft before that I really, really want to try. So, but yeah, Arcanine, really, really cool. And yeah, it only picked up 3 kills, but once I get a little more familiar with it, that'll boost. Because you'll see, a lot of the mons that are down here with, Salazzle, that was one that clicked on me the first time I ever used it. Get up here and you look at X. Okay, X took me 2 leagues to figure out how to get it to 17 kills. Some mons I click right away, some mons I need a couple leagues to do something with. And that's where I think Arcanine in another league, you'll see it skyrocket up the board here. Another mon that I was dying to try and super happy with was Suicune. I got 3 kills, died 4 times, and that was me not using Crocune once. I did not bring a Crocune the entire season, and I'm very proud that I didn't bring a Crocune the entire season, because I know Crocune is very easy to win with, but I also want to prove that Suicune can be an offensive mon without having to be Crocune. I brought sub-Calm Mind sets. I brought just straight Calm Mind sets. I brought, I didn't bring Specs. I was going to bring Specs Suicune at one point, and I didn't. But Suicune, to me, does not need to be Crocune to succeed. Like, it's very easy to not play a Crocune and still do very well with Suicune. Like, I think the best set that I had, and it was against Ramoxio, I just got chipped down too much on it, was my Calm Mind, my sub-Calm Mind set with Ice Beam and Scald. Or, was it Ice Beam Scald? Or it was something in Scald. Pretty sure it was Ice Beam and Scald, if I remember correctly. That set could have put in so much work if I just wasn't, either A, if I built myself a little more physically defensive than I was, or B, I hadn't gotten chipped down so much, because I could have taken out the Diancie. I had the... I just need to pull up his team. Because I know exactly, like, had I lived the Diancie Diamond Storm, I would have won, or done a crap ton of damage. I don't remember the match off the top of my head just because I blocked the match out. Ramoxio. He had Diancie, Steela, Scully, Palo-Sand, and the Lantern and Hitmonchan. Well, at plus, I think I was plus 4. Hitmonchan died to Scald. Lantern was dead. Palo-Sand was chipped down so far it couldn't live a plus 4 Scald or Ice Beam. I think it was Ice Beam that was on there. Or was I mono with... I was mono with Roar. I was mono that game. But Palo couldn't take the Scald. Steela would have been easy setup fodder if I could have... The Diancie would have died. Steela would have been easy setup fodder. I could have gotten behind the sub, and then they couldn't have broken the sub, unless it was carrying Seed Bomb, and it couldn't leech seed me, so I could have gotten to plus 6 on the Steela and beaten it. The only thing that would have stopped me would have been the Scully, because it was such a cheap Scully. It was Toxic Sub, Protect, Leftovers. That would have been the only thing I couldn't beat. But I could have roared it out and at least forced him to no, because if he protects on the Scald, I Scald the sub breaks because I would have been at plus 6. And he would have died if he had tried to Toxic me. So Coon could have won that game had I just not gotten chipped down. So I know my offensive Coon can do work. And I'm going to make it work. And I'm going to draft Suicune again because it's a bulky water type that is really fun to use. Because it doesn't have to always be Crocune. So Suicune is definitely on my list to get back. I'd love to pair Suicune and Charizard X sometime. I can just see that being a monstrous pair that just puts in work. So definitely looking forward to that. Cofagrigus, another mon that I had been dying to try for a long time, just because I got beat by it so bad in the past, and it's always been a headache to build around. I love how defensive it is. Like, it's just a wall that sits there and forces things to hit it and lose their ability. It's great for being able to Toxic Spike up, it's great for Toxicking, it's great for Haze, it's great for so many different things, and I do want to try it again in the future, just because of how bulky it is. It makes a solid defensive backbone, which a lot of my teams are missing. Registeel here, second time I've used it. I am very disappointed with Registeel. I don't think I'm going to use it again. It just doesn't, yes, it's another wall, but it doesn't have, at least with Cofagrigus, it can get some offensive output. Suicune can get offensive output. Registeel does not have the ability to get offensive output. At least not that I've found. So I just don't think I'm going to come back to Registeel and use it again. I'll look at other steel types and other bulk. It did not go well for me. So Registeel, no more. And then this trio right here is just a trio of Mons that were on the team for 1 week. Sharpedo, I'd rather use Mega Sharpedo. I have no interest in Standard Sharpedo. Ampharos is too slow. It's not a very good electric type in my mind. Mega Aggron, I want to come back and try. It has always been on my list because of how annoying it is for me to deal with it. It is super, super bulky. And I want to try Aggron again. Mega Aggron. So, the only reason I dropped it was because I wanted to try Mega Lopunny again over Mega Aggron. So, Mega Aggron is on the to-do list. But this last Mon here, Zebstrika, yeah, it got 1 kill, or 1 death. But it came to multiple matches. It never got in, was the problem. Like, it came versus Thriller, it came in the game that I won with Honchkrow. It was going to come the last week of the season as well. But again, just because I forfeited that, I didn't get anything out of it. Zebstrika is a super, super good electric type that I really, really want to use in the future. Plus, it's tier 5 or lower point Mon, so it's a really cheap fast electric, so I don't always have to go with a Zeraora. It's basically Mega Main, slightly better on the ability, slightly worse on the speed and the attacks, or the offensive stats. So it is a very good Mon. Sap Sipper, great. I can take grass type hits. It shuts down things like Shaman very, very easily, and would force them to carry a hidden power. Like grass types would be forced to carry hidden power ground or earth power earthquake if they got it. Zebstrika stops leech seed spam and gets an attack boost off of it. Plus Zebstrika has overheat to punish grass types. It runs both physical and special, like Wild Charge, physical Sap Sipper set, really, really good. Special Motor Drive or Lightning Rod set, really, really good. 116 speed is great for like scarfing potentially. Specs Motor Drive is a really, really cool set that I tried to run. Get your speed boost off an electric hit, and then you are super fast and hit super hard with Specs hits. Like, it can run Banded Motor Drive as well if you want physical side. It's a really, really good Mon, and I really, really want to try it. It's one of those rare electric types that I've been ignoring because I got stuck on a Zebstrika cycle. And this and Mega Man have opened my eyes to looking at other electric types. So I know Zebstrika's down here, like at the bottom of the barrel, but it just didn't get a chance to shine this season. So it'll come back up, and we'll rock it out. So that's gonna be it for APM for this season. Whether I come back or not, it'll just depend on how busy I am. If I'm in 3 leagues already, what's going on. I know Jed has left the invite open, so I'll definitely come back if I can make it work and rotate leagues and all that. So thank you guys for watching. Check out the links in the description down below. Discord for Weather Gamer, Twitch, Luca and Jaden, Patreon, all that good stuff. So all that being said, I'm gonna get out of here. See you guys next time.